What up, gamers? I'm Jason, and today on Dice and Dragons, I'm going to be showing you what's in the box for Marvel Champions, the card game, the Mad Titan Shadow. Now, this is the new campaign expansion for the Marvel Champions game. It is, of course, published by Fantasy Flight Games, and this specific expansion is designed by Caleb Grace, Michael Boggs, and Aaron Holtom. Now, in the Mad Titan Shadow, you're going to have 5 new scenarios to complete. You will be going up against Thanos and the Black Order as they assault Earth. Now you can play this in campaign mode, progressing through scenarios 1 to 5, or you can play this as one-off scenarios where you will take on each scenario differently. So you're going to be getting some new villains added to the game. The new heroes being added are Spectrum and Adam Warlock, so you'll be able to use their powers to face off against these villains. Now, how do you do that if you are new to Marvel Champions? Well, here's a brief rundown of the game. You'll be taking control of a hero. Now, you will have a preset deck, or you can build your own deck. You'll be fighting the villains and dealing with their encounter deck while you try to thwart their schemes, meaning that they will not progress with their plot, as well as dealing damage to them in order to take them down and win the scenario. So the schemes are always going to progress. You can never really stop them from progressing at all. The only way to do that is to capture the villain or defeat them. Now, I think I've talked enough about the game, and one thing I do want to say is the 5th scenario is not on the rulebook, the back of the rulebook that you can see here, and you might see some spoilers if you do watch the full unboxing, because we're going to showcase all of the different cards. So I just wanted to give you a heads up on that note. And as you can see, we're about to get started with the campaign. I already got it set up in front of me. But let's go back in time now and show you what's in the box. Now we're going to take a look at what's in the box for Marvel Champions, the Mad Titan's Shadow. Now you may notice that my hands are a little off at an angle here. We're doing this recording in 4K, and I have to change my setup just a little bit. So we'll take a quick look at the rulebook. We really don't want to go into any spoilers there. On the back, you've got the campaign log. So far, all the campaigns have 5 scenarios. We see 4 of them on the back. Probably the last one is just standalone. Here we've got the new rules. We've got the details for the starter deck. And then we've got the campaign mode rules, and right after that you can see we get the story, then the setup for the first campaign. So this is a 5 scenario campaign, just like the other ones. Well, you know what, we'll put that over here for the moment, and we'll then take a look at what we've got in the box. So I did take a first crack at this. It didn't quite go the way I wanted because I got the cards just in a little bit of a different position, like I said, using a new camera. So we'll take a quick look at the hero decks, as this is an unboxing. I don't want to go into too much detail. Here we got Spectrum, 1 thwart, 1 attack, 1 defense. She has an energy transformation, so if you change to this form, you choose a face down energy upgrade, and you will be using that one. And then as Monica Rambeau, the civilian, you put all 3 of them into play, and then power down. So when you change back to this form, you have to flip all of them back over. So here are these different energy forms. We've got Gamma, which gives you +2 attack, which is pretty cool. After you change to this energy form, deal 1 damage to an enemy. We've got Photon, which gives you +2 thwart. You can remove 1 threat from a scheme. And then Pulsar, which gives you +2 defense. And after you change to this form, you get to heal 1 damage. So that's pretty cool. Then we've got some allies. We have the Blue Marvel. So after you enters play, you get to change an energy form. That's pretty cool. 2 thwart, 2 attack. We've got some energy duplication. So you can duplicate some of the different energy resources. We have a Gamma Blast. So this will let you change form and do up to 7 damage. You've got Photon Speed, which will increase your thwart. Pulsar Shield, which is for defense. Speed of Light, which will let you change forms and draw a card, which I think is pretty cool. Then we've got some other allies. We've got Cap as an ally, who's got toughness. Power Man, White Tiger, Kalu, a mystic. I don't recognize the character. We've got the Mighty Avengers. So play under any team's control, max 1 team per card. Each of your characters that has the Avenger trait gets +1 thwart and 1 attack. That's really cool. Mass attack, so you exhaust multiple allies to deal X damage. So obviously she's got a leadership deck. That's signified by the blue background. Moxie, band together. So this card generates a wild resource. So that's new actually. Then we've got Blade. So he's an Avenger. He's new. After Blade thwarts or attacks, choose to either spend a punch resource from your hand or you have to discard him. Avenger's Tower lets you reduce the cost of the ally played. Avengers Mansion lets you draw a card, ready to rumble. After you change form, discard this card to ready your hero. Lots of cool stuff than the standard double energy cards. Then Obligation is loss of control. Her enemy's radioactive man, and then his cards that will enter into play. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this back in the box, and let's take a look at the other hero, Adam Warlock. And that's about the level of detail I want to go through with these cards. I think I probably went a little bit further than I wanted. So Adam Warlock is a Guardian Battle Mage. So in action, discard one card from your hand. Excuse me. Remember, once per phase, if that card is aggression, get to deal 2 damage to an enemy. Justice, remove 2 threat from a scheme. Protection, heal 1 damage from an ally. Leadership, give a hero +1 thwart and 1 attack and 1 defense for the round. Now, as his alter ego form, the Avatar of Life. During deck building, your avatar must include an equal number of cards from all 4 aspects. So that's his special thing. And you may discard a card from your hand to remove a status card from Adam Warlock. That's pretty cool. So you got Pip the Troll as your ally. Soul World, so exhaust Soul World to remove 1 soul counter from it and heal all damage from your identity. That is really strong, really cool. Karmic Staff gets you some wild resources. Warlock's Cape. After you resolve Adam Warlock's Battle Mage ability, exhaust his cape to ready Adam Warlock. That's pretty cool. Cosmic Ward. When you reveal a treachery card, cancel its when revealed effect. So lots of different interesting control stuff that you can do with Adam Warlock. You have a Karmic Blast, so deal 4 damage from an enemy and discard up to 4 cards from the top of your deck and deal more damage. I like that. Cosmic Awareness will let you thwart from a scheme and then discard cards to do even more thwarting. So choose a card in your discard pile, add it to your hand. Gotta love Quantum Magic. Now we've got Marvel Boar. So when Marvel Boar attacks, you spend the punch resource to make his attack gain piercing and range. That's awesome. The In-Betweener. Shuffle this card into the encounter deck without looking at it and then deal 2 damage and remove this card from the game. So not sure I like that one. Make some magic attacks. Uppercut. Audacity. So we got Quasar. After Quasar, just play remove 1 threat from the scheme. The Living Tribunal for Justice. So pretty cool stuff. Determination. After you spend this card, remove 1 threat from the main scheme. So that's pretty cool. We got Major Victory. When Major Victory is defeated, choose a friendly Guardian character to ready that character. We got the Cosmic Energy Eternity. Summoning Spell. Discard cards from the top of your deck until you discard an ally and then put it into play under your control. I really like that card. That'd be really cool in a different kind of deck. The attached ally gets +1 thwart, 1 attack, and then Innovation, a hero response card. Another Guardian, we have Charlie 27 as an ally, the Gardener, some defensive spells, Counter Punch, and some cards we've seen before. Preservation, after you spend this card, heal 1 damage from your hero. These resource spend ones are really neat. So we got Martin next. Now, for those of you that are fans of the 1990s Guardians of the Galaxy, you'll recognize them showing up as allies. So reduce the cost to play Martinex by 1 if your identity has a Guardian trait. Then you have to do a regeneration cycle, which is your obligation, your enemy, the Magus, and then you've got his cards. So we've taken a look at the 2 heroes. So we'll get that stuff out of the way, and we're going to go through the villains they'll be facing now. So here we've got the first one. Ebony Maw. 2 scheme 1 attack. When Ebony Maw activates against you, remove an invocation counter from each spell card in your play area. So it goes up to 3 levels. He's got the attack on Nowhere, Power Stone, Fireball, which is a spell card, and just play with 4 invocation counters. He's got environments that we'll have to deal with. Pacification, so you'll be able to cast these different spells at us, which doesn't seem like it's going to be all that fun. It's an Agent of Thanos. Channeling Trance. Attach Energy Maw, prevent all damage to him. That's nasty. He could restrain you. Then we've got some different side schemes that'll show up. Reactor Overload for Nowhere. his minions. Well, these are the Black Order minions. So we got Black Dwarf, Super Giant, so Quick Strike, and Black Dwarf's attacks gain overkill. That's no fun. So Black Order side scheme. While Black Order minion is in play, threat cannot be removed from the side scheme. No fun. Treachery, Blood Despair. We got Black Order infantry, the Outriders. So all those nasty things that you saw in Avengers Endgame. And these are armies of Titan. Then we've got Proxima Midnight. So her force interrupt when Proxima Midnight attacks you. Choose either deal 1 damage to Avengers Tower or Proxima Midnight gets +2 attack for this attack. Now that's no fun. Then we have Corvus Glaive. After Corvus Glaive makes an undefended attack, discard the top card of the encounter deck. Deal 1 damage to Avengers Tower for each boost icon on there. So he's pretty nasty too. Looks like we have to fight both of them. Under Siege is a side scheme and it's Proxima Midnight scheme. We've got one specifically for the armies of Thanos, and it's Corvus Glaive scheme. We got Avengers Tower that we're defending, Focus Defense. So permanent, the villain match of the attached scheme is active, so after the player phase ends, attach this card to the other main scheme. That's nasty. We got some Black Order Besiegers that we're going to be facing in this one, the Tower Defense. Proxima's got a spear that's going to increase her damage, and he's got his glaive, obviously. Direct Assault, she gets the power up against Scarlet Witch, obviously, because that was that fun confrontation. We've got Corvus's Cunning, attacking the Vision, and then Bound by Bun, the 2 characters, and Rain of Fire, they attack us from space. So lots of nasty stuff to deal with there. And take a look at what we've got here. So we've got the Legions of Hell. So these are the other sort of side schemes. We've got Laufey and the Frost Giants that are going to be coming into play here. So this looks like it's for one of the final scenarios. We've got Loki as a villain. So Victory 1, and looks like his form, got a bunch of different forms because he's the trickster. So Victory 1, Retaliate 1, Victory 1, Stalwart, Victory 1. So these are all first level Loki, but All Hail King Loki is the scheme. Casket of Ancient Winters. So there's a war going on in Asgard. Loki has a staff, Loki's crown. So I think we did open these packs out of order because they moved around in the box. I believe since we're talking about the Mad Titan Shadow, this is going to have the other villains. We got some Mischief. He's Trickster. Swap Loki with a random set aside Loki. So that's how he's going to change form. He's got the Enchantress on his side. Beguiled, so he can enthrall you. Seduced. Then these are some of the campaign cards, so allies we can get like Cosmo, Security Breach side scheme, which is for the campaign mode, Black Swan, Black Order Elite Villain, no fun. Shawarma, gotta love it. Give you some cool stuff. Defensive Protocols, so that's negative stuff. System Shock, so these are all nasty campaign obligations that can get added. We have to retrieve Odin's armor. Norn Stone, so maybe these are some upgrades for us. Summon back. So when revealed, search your encounter deck, discard pile, set aside area for your Nemesis. So Nemesis comes back with these treachery cards. Yarmungan, so attached to Loki. There's some more allies, Lady Sif, Fandral, Hogan, and Volstagg. Gotta say, it's a campaign game, but with Loki showing up, I mean, we're gonna play Spectrum Adam Warlock, but I kinda wanna play Thor with the Warriors 3 and Sith, so they're going to kick some butt. Just looks like a lot of fun. So let's get back to our, Black Order villain. So the city's under attack, so this is the rest of Tower Defense. And the last villain we've got is, of course, Thanos, so we got to face off against. He's got the Infinity Stones. Balance the scales is what he's trying to do. Sanctuary, so that's Thanos cannot take damage when that's in play. That's no fun. He's got armor, helmet, Master of the Stone, so when Thanos activates, put the top card of the Infinity Stone deck, so it's a whole deck. He's the Avatar of Death. Deviant Syndrome. I Am Inevitable. He's the Mad Titan, put the top card of the Infinity Stone deck into play. He's got his own throne. Then, of course, we get the Black Order as his minions. Tribute is a nasty side scheme. So then we got the Infinity Gauntlet and all the different stones. We'll take a look at all of this stuff in detail when we get into the components, when we take a look add our review of this. So then you got the villain of Hela. So you have to face off against Hela as well with Odin's Torment. Odin. Side scheme on the plane of the Frost Giants. Next run, we've got Garm, Scourge, different minions, Nidhogg. She's got her Knight's Sword, Hela's Crown, Hela's Domain, the Queen of Hell, Waste of Niflheim, and we've got these other minions, the Legions of Hell, these Reborn Warriors that we already saw part of. So there you have it. You've taken a look at all the different components that we have in the Mad Titan Shadow. We've unboxed this, so keep it right here as I'll be coming back at you with a quick outro. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. If you like what you saw, don't forget to click that like button, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that YouTube will let you know when our next video is released. Also, down below in the video description, you'll find links to all of our social media feeds, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. If you'd like to see pictures of Julie and I playing the Mad Titan Shadow, you'll be able to find plenty of those on our feeds. Also down below in the video description is a link to multizone.ca, a great Canadian game store. Click that link, get 10% off your next purchase, and it's a great way for you to support the channel as a portion of that purchase is returned to us. So make sure that you check them out. And then also popping up in front of me are going to be links to some of our previously released videos. Over here will be our link to the most recent release. And over here, to keep the theme going with Marvel Champions, it'll take you back to our last big box expansion for the game, the Galaxy's Most Wanted review that we did. With that being said, don't forget, keep playing games.